Today, Baba answers a very important and interesting question. Baba asks us, many people wonder when this is God's yagya, when God has created this yagya, then why are there obstacles in this yagya? Yes, if it is God's work, why is it not very smooth all the time? Why are there obstacles in this task of Baba? And Baba tells us that this is Ravan Rajya. And Baba says that for 2500 years, Ravan has ruled this world. Yes, so Ravan is very powerful. And that is why even God has to, even there are obstacles in God's work also, because right now Ravan is more powerful than God. Baba says, Ravan is more powerful than me. And why is Ravan very powerful? So, I remember there was this one episode when there was a political leader, and that political leader, he ruled over a place for 25 years. So government after government formation, and he continued to rule there. And then later he was replaced by somebody else. And after that, this person, although he was not the ruling leader in that place, he could even get this new leader killed. So, he had that power to, get this new leader threatened, or, even threatened to kill. So, I was just asking somebody, how is it possible that this new leader is now the leader of that place? But still this old person has so much of, control. So they were telling me that everybody in that region listens to this old leader, because that person was the leader for 25 years. So for 25 years, since they have listened to this old leader, so everyone is in their control. So it's not just the leader, it's those who were in control of this leader for 25 years. And he said every person listens to this old one. So if this old one says go and kill this new one, they go and kill that new one, or they threaten this new leader. So you see that Baba says that Ravan has ruled for 2500 years. So ever since Copper Age, Ravan enters, and then it rules for 2500 years. What does that mean? That means that all of Baba's children and the elements of nature, every soul, every organ of the body, every element of nature is under the control of Ravan. So it is not Ravan, but it is because of the fact that 2500 years Ravan rules, so everybody is with Ravan. So where is Ravan? Ravan is, in our minds, sanskars, in our, Ravan is pulling our sense organs, Ravan is in the elements of nature. So everything is in Ravan's control. And that is where the problem lies. And Baba says that when Ravan controls everything, and then Baba comes, then there is a lot of resistance from Ravan. And you see, anybody who has ruled for 2500 years won't leave easily. And of course, everybody is in their control, everything is in their control. So they have a lot of sway. So this whole world is now impure. And impurity, the force of impurity is very huge. And look at yourself, all our sanskars, 80% of them are still under the control of Ravan. So Baba says that when we come to Baba also, there are so many obstacles. Why? You see, obstacles are created by outsiders and also Baba's children. when Baba's children also come under the control of Ravan, they start creating obstacles. And I have seen that if people who are not introduced to Baba or do not have faith in Baba, when they create obstacles, those obstacles are very easy to cross, because when there is unity inside, you can cross any obstacle. But when obstacles are created by Baba's children, then it becomes a big deal. And why do Baba's children create obstacles? So Baba today gives us a very nice story. So Baba says that, in the scriptures they say that Ravan came and abducted Sita. And Sita was, the spouse of Sri Ram. So God's wife was abducted. And Baba says, these are stories of this present time. In Treta Yuga, Sita wouldn't be abducted. In the Silver Age, when there is actually Ram Rajya, at that time Sita, there will be no Ravan and no Sita will be abducted at that time. But Baba says, at this time, this is a story of this time, when we Sitas, we children of Baba who come and belong to Baba, who accept Baba as the one I have all relationships with, this Sita, when again, I take a weak thought, a thought of desire, or, a thought of vice, then that thought again makes me go back to Ravan Rajya. So Baba says this is why Ravan is able to create a lot of obstacles, because everyone and everything is under the sway of Ravan right now. And what is the method to be free from Ravan? Yes, so Baba says, you want to finish Ravan Rajya. So how does Baba appeal to us? What appeal does he make? So that, we can become instruments to finish this Ravan Rajya. So Baba says, children, you belong to me. So Baba says, Ravan is powerful because you belong to them. We belong to Ravan. Now you belong to me. Now you do everything on my Shrimat, on my dictate. And when you are on my side, then slowly Ravan becomes less and less powerful. And Baba says that, Baba always tells us there are two things. In my experience, I have experienced that, yesterday there was a couple in Gyan, and for many years they've been in Gyan, and they had come to the center, and they were asking me, Didi, what would you like to tell us from your experience in this Brahmin life, which we can take home and, practice? So I just told them, beware of kusang, beware of bad company. Yes, and Baba says that, there is Ravan Rajya all around. So every soul is under the sway of Ravan. Yes, even our own sanskars and our own sense organs are under the sway of Ravan. So Baba says that, avoid the company of those who take you away from the remembrance of Baba. And when you allow your old sanskars to be very powerful, when you allow waste thoughts, when you allow, your senses to interfere with your decision making or your choices, or when you allow impure food, you eat food prepared by impure souls, or you hear the matters of the old world very much, or you keep company of those who are not in love with Baba, then what happens is their influence is greater than Baba's influence. Yes, so Baba says, in order to be free from Ravan Rajya, the only method is that my influence on you should be greater than the influence of those who are under the influence of Ravan. And how does that happen? When you practice abstinence, when you practice, staying away from the company of those who are under the influence of Ravan. So you have to be very careful about this, not engaging your sense organs in hearing and seeing and eating and talking about matters of the old world, or not having too much exchange with the old world in terms of time, thought, energy. So don't think about people, don't think about events. And Baba says that you have to, so there are obstacles in this task of that Baba is doing, because sometimes Baba's children also, they come under the influence of Ravan. If Baba's children are on Baba's side and they are in accurate remembrance of Baba, so how do you allow influence of Baba on you? So how do you make sure that there is only Baba's influence on you? One is never miss the Murli and keep churning on the points of the Murli. Second is keep your mind and intellect busy in remembrance of Baba and Seva. So only then can you win over Ravan Rajya. And then second thing Baba tells us is have unlimited disinterest in the world. And I think this is a very important point, because if you ask yourself, how many of you can say that you have unlimited disinterest in the old world? You are not interested in, so nothing in the world attracts you or repulses you. Yes, so are you not attracted or repulsed by any, relationship, attainment, things of the old world? Yes, what if somebody told you, I will spend and let's have a holiday, nice holiday on a beach. Yes, will you find that attractive? Is that, attraction of the old world attractive enough for you? So Baba says that, just like Baba has given us the third eye, the eye to see the soul, the eye to see and experience Baba, the eye to recognize that Baba is with me, Baba is my father, teacher, Satguru, the eye to see the three worlds, the past, present and future also. Similarly, Baba has given us the understanding that this is an old world. And you see, in this old world, I was just thinking about, what is the biggest sign of the old world? So in the old world, packaging and advertising, they are the main components of marketing. So, when the product is not good, then what do? You package it well and market it well. And you see, in this world, you go and study marketing today, they will tell you it doesn't matter what you sell. What matters is you package it well and you market it well. And then you have to, you have to just create that vibe that, this is the best product. It doesn't, you can just, fill it with ashes inside. It's not, it doesn't matter. So this is the thing about this old world. And in this old world, because nothing has substance, so everything is externally very decorated and made attractive. And Baba says this is an old world. Don't, and you see, we hear some or the other news from time to time, which makes you aware that nothing in this world is pure or, of substance or of benefit, or it's not going to serve you. Everything is dirty and impure. But still, because our buddhi yoga is with what people say, we are all the time hearing and listening to advertisements or seeing advertisements, and we are seeing how attractive it is made to be. So our eyes, our ears, or our the parmat, the opinions of other people who are Kali Yugi, it kind of deceives us every time. And we forget that this is an old world. And you see, Mama, when we hear about Mama and Mama's dharana, then one of the very prominent dharana of Mama was that Mama realized that this is an old world. And Mama, even when, Mama was traveling and somebody pointed out that, Mama, look, that board of advertisement is so attractive, and, we could also create something like this. So Mama said, I didn't pay attention. I don't see anything that's around me because it's old, it's not worth seeing. So Mama had this very strong dharana that everything that you see, a new dress, a new house, something very comforting and something very pleasing to the eyes, or something very pleasing to the sense organs, all of that is part of the old world. And because Mama had this strong dharana that this is old, so Mama never thought about it, never got attracted to it. And Baba today also points out this one thing, because Baba always says that those children who don't have unlimited disinterest, those whose hearts are attached to the old world, there are many, many is a very small word. Mostly Baba's children, they have love for Baba. They remember Baba. They follow Srimad also. They purify their food. They make effort to remain celibate. They make effort to win over vices. They want to follow Baba's discipline. They keep a chart. Mostly Baba's children do that. But still, most of Baba's children are failing in this, war with Maya, battle with Maya. Why? Because there is no unlimited disinterest. There is love for Baba and love for the old world also. There is attachment to Baba and there is attachment to people, places, things of the old world also. And that is why, most children of Baba are experiencing burnout. So, because you are trying to, Baba always tells us about balance, but we are taking balance very wrongly. So we think that, we have to be fully attached to the old world and also fully attached to Baba, and that is balance. No, we don't have to be fully attached to the old world. We have to be completely detached internally to the old world and completely attached to Baba, and just as an act of balance, perform our duties in the old world as an instrument. But many children, they are trying to just have best of both worlds. And this is why we are not reaching anywhere. Because, when Baba always says, I am the boatman. And, when a boat has to sail and move forward in water, then the first thing that has to be done is it has to leave the shore. So the anchor has to be lifted. So, if the boat's anchor from the shore is not lifted, you may keep driving the boat, all the day, but then it is not moving even an inch. And that is the thing about this attachment to the old world. So, Baba, time and again, Baba always tells us that, Baba's children shouldn't have their hearts attached to sensual pleasure or, to bodily beings or bodily attainments or physical attainments of this old world. And if we check ourselves, that is not the state. And why? Because we don't bring into our awareness, just like, you have to time and again bring that awareness into yourself that you are a soul, because you can't see the soul. You have to practice to be soul conscious. You have to practice remembering Baba. Similarly, you have to practice reminding yourself that this is a kabristan, this is a graveyard. And you see, when we hear Gita also, then Gita is the memoir of what Baba teaches us right now. And in the Gita also, the most prominent thing that is written in the Gita is that God came and told Arjun that just know that everybody that you are seeing with your eyes is dead. Yes, they are just dead. Sab mare pade hain. And Baba also, when Baba comes, because whatever is written in the Gita, it is a memoir of what Baba reminded us of. And Baba, of course, Baba tells us that you are a soul, and Baba says, you remember me. But Baba every day tells us this is an old world. Remove your heart and intellect from this old world. And for that, you have to bring into your awareness every time that whatever you are seeing with the two eyes is old. So, even if something is very promising, very attractive, very comforting, you are experiencing temporary attainment from it, know that it is temporary, it is an illusion. Yes, and if you don't know that, you will get attached to the temporary, relief or comfort or sustenance or, love or whatever you're getting from someone or something. So Baba says that this is very important, and only those children who have unlimited disinterest, they will go back with Baba. They will not receive punishment. They will go back with Baba with honor. And why? Because Baba says, only when you have unlimited disinterest can you remember me. Yes, because otherwise you are remembering me. But the formula to remember me is become soul conscious and then remember me. If you are remembering me too, that is not the way. Baba says, remember me alone. So the catch is not that you also remember Baba, but you only remember Baba. And if you're body conscious, you're remembering the old world and also Baba. Which Brahmin is not remembering the old world, only Baba? Yes, very few. Otherwise, we are all remembering Baba and the old world. And that is not working. That is why you see those children, there is one sister, she's a Kanya, and when she came into Gyan, she started having beautiful magical experiences. And within a span of 6 months, she said, I want to be a surrendered sister and I want to do Baba's seva. And then somebody was asking me that, Didi, is it not very hasty of her? Don't you think that she should take some time? So I said, no, I don't think in her case, I don't think she should take time. She's very clear, and whatever she's doing, she is doing it in her right mind. So then she said, how could you discern that, Didi? What is special about her? So I said, she doesn't have her heart attached to the old world. So she said, and how do you know that? I said, because ever since she came, she has whatever Baba says, she has followed it verbatim. I have seen that. So whether it is Amrit Vela, whether it is Murli, she never forgets a point of the Murli. She, ever since she came, she will not forget a point of the Murli. She will not forget remembering Baba. Her chart of remembrance is very good. And that's because she's not struggling inside. She has her heart removed from, the old world. And this is why Baba is giving her so much of experiences and her progress is so good. So I think, the important question is not that, what I should do, but the important question is removing the heart from the old world. And that is why, most BKs, they are not progressing as fast as we should, because Baba is there, but Ravan is pulling us. And how does Ravan pull us? Because we have our heart attached to Ravan's body, Ravan's relationships, and Ravan's world. This is Ravan's world. Until and unless you practice being soul conscious, practice that I am not the body, I am not what I have, what I do, I am not who I think I belong to in the old world. So then you can move ahead. So Baba says that there are obstacles, and the biggest obstacle is, that Baba has come to create heaven, and heaven is not getting created very soon. And why? Because Baba says that this is Ravan Rajya, and Ravan is very powerful. And Ravan is powerful because Baba's children are with Ravan. And when we remove ourselves from the clutch of Ravan, then Ravan Rajya will dismantle. And when we start listening to Baba, so do you understand how important our role is? So Baba says, it is you who will decide when Ravan Rajya will end and when this old world order will change into a new world order. So this is one thing that Baba is explaining very well today. And second point that is very new and unique is Baba is today underlining that when we listen to the Murli, we have to also have discernment according to our context, which point is for me and which point is for someone else. Because you see that Baba's children are variety, they are in varied contexts. So there are Kumars, there are Kumaris, and there are those who are living in the household. And then Baba has to talk to everybody through the same Murli. So in the Murli, Baba is giving directions to everybody. Now, what Maya does is, Maya will make a Kumar and a Kumari, or somebody who is free from bondage, pay attention to that Shrimat which Baba is giving for householders. And Maya will make those householders listen to that Shrimat which Baba is giving for those who are free and free from bondage. So Baba points out one such thing today. So Baba says, Baba always tells in the Murli, remain in the household like a lotus. So Baba says, remain in the dirt, but remain separate from it. Remain beyond it. Now, who does Baba tell this give this Shrimat to? Those who are in the grihast, those who are in the household. Baba says, this is not for Kumars and Kumaris who are not married. Baba is not saying go get married and then live like a lotus in the household. But you know, Kumars and Kumaris, they take it like that. And they think that we have to live in the household. But do you know which is the place for Kumaris? Baba says Kumaris have to live in the center. When there is a Kumari of Baba, then that Kumari is not receiving the direction to live in a household like a lotus, even with parents, or you know, in the Lokik household, living like a lotus. That Shrimat is not for me. The Shrimat for a Kumari is you live in the center. And Baba today very clearly points out that when you are a Kumari, and let's say you are not 18 years of age, according to Indian law it's 18, so when you are considered an adult, yes. So if you are not 18, then what you do is you study, focus on your study, focus on your spiritual study and your Lokik study. And then when you are in an age to choose where to live, then you come and live in the center. And if a Kumari's parents are in Gyan and they are willing to give that Kumari the permission to live in the center, then that Kumari can live in the center even before 18 years of age. Yes, and for Kumars, Baba says that Kumars don't live in the center, but for Kumars, the Shrimat is you stay pure, don't get married and don't fall into impurity. And for householders, the Shrimat is that you stay in the household and live like a lotus. Baba says, don't leave the household. Don't run away. You don't try to become a Kumar and Kumari. You live in the household. When you have little children, you have to take care of them. Baba says, for a Grihasthi, the Shrimat is remember Baba, stay pure and live in the household. Yes, and then from in the household, whatever seva you can do, you do. But Baba has not told householders to leave the house. Now the problem is, those who are, I have seen, there are matas with very little children, like 5 years of a 5 years old daughter and 7 years old son. And that mata is kind of pestering me, Didi, keep me in the center. So I said, and where will your children go? So she said, no, I want to make the best of my Brahmin life. So I said, no, this is not Srimad. You are the Srimad for you is you stay in the household, you take care of the children, you stay in Baba's remembrance, stay pure, and do whatever seva you can. That's the Srimad for you. And when you talk to Kumaris, they will say, I want to live in the household and take care of my parents. So no, that is not Srimad for you. Nobody asked you to earn for the parents and feed you. That is not Baba's directions. Baba's directions is you live in the center. And for Kumars, the direction is you live in the household, take care of your Lokik parents also, and stay pure. Don't fall into the gutter of lust. And Baba says those who have finished their karmic accounts. So when you have taken care of your children and they are now adults, and then you have wrapped up your business or something, then the Srimad is you dedicate your life to service. So whatever service you can ask, I'm here to offer my time, energy and life to service. So we will tell you what service you can do. But what happens? There is one Mata, she's 75 years of age, and her daughter-in-law, she dictates her, sitting, eating, standing, everything. And then there's this Mata is in Gyan. And then I told her one time that, you could live in a place, so there is a center, and I told her, of course, you cannot take care of the center on your own. The sisters will take care, but you just stay there. So you can just stay there and, keep a watch and keep an eye on whatever is happening in the center and do some seva. Because already you are 75, you can't do much. So this Mata said, no, I can't leave the household because Baba has told us that you live in the household and live like a lotus. So I said, no, that Srimad is not for you. That Srimad is for those who have little children and those who are serviceable and those who have finished their responsibilities. This Srimad is not for them. If you're receiving a direction to remain in seva, why not? You should jump at the direction and take that opportunity. But the thing is, children are listening to the Murli, sitting with Maya. And Maya is making you listen to those points which are not for you and making you ignore those points which are for you. So this is also one very big problem that's happening. So today Baba is talking about that, and Baba is clarifying what is the Srimad for a Kumar, what is the Srimad for a Kumari, what is the Srimad for a householder, what is the Srimad for those who have little children, and what is the Srimad for those who have finished their responsibilities in Lokik life. So we better pay attention to the Murli today. It's very deep, very important, and note all the points and keep it in your dharana. Om Shanti.